Where is my charger now?
Huh?
I said, where is my charger?
Who had it?
It was in this wall plugged in.
When I what?
It was in this wall plugged in.
Nobody
It was
touched
in
it.
This is one of those offensive performances that I'll never forget. What a game.
All right, get moving, men. I don't want to see anyone walking around. Winners do not walk. Let's see some hustle out there today. We got a big game this week.
Here we go, shot! Ready! Hold the check. Check out. Ready. Ready. Set. Oh, come on, set. Go. Here we go, here we go. Ready, ready? Okay, ready? Ready? Hey. Hut, hut. Ready, break! Hut. Go! Let go! Set it! Ready! Set! Set up! Let's go now! Go! Ready? Ready, ready? Ready? Ready?
You have got one more opportunity. Let's go for gold.
It's 3-0 versus 2-1. A good early season battle as we're underway in Week 4. And here comes Danny Johnson now from his end zone. The lane opens here. He's past the 30. So out comes the Washington offense onto the field. And they will be led out by a guy certainly still trying to prove himself here in the league, the young rookie quarterback.
And he's been playing at an elite level here in this early half of the season. Tops in the league in touchdown passes at this point. This is definitely a wide-open offense, and we'll see if he can keep his string of good games going right here.
They'll come out throwing here on first down. To the right side and complete to Thomas. A look at the numbers for Thomas from a week ago. 3 catches, 113 yards, and a score.
5th in the league in receiving yards, and that's a strong category. I mean, if you're in the top 5 in anything, I don't care whether it's football or tiddlywinks, you're having a nice season.
2nd and 5. And that nearly an interception here on this opening drive, but he gets a reprieve. It's 3rd down.
And here are the key inactives for them in this one. And obviously, Charles, are going to be without some important names this week.
Well, hopefully those guys will be on the sidelines encouraging the guys who are going out there and helping them when they come off the sidelines during the game by giving them some tips on what they see.
Look at this, middle of the field, a breakaway. Touchdown, Washington. Terry McLaurin, his 4th touchdown on the year.
And the Commanders need just 3 plays to go down and take the early lead. Charles, every time that he makes one of these plays, I think the front office, they get a bigger and bigger collective smile because they feel more confident that they have found their guy, their future at quarterback.
And they should feel that way. It's obvious he's a big part of why they have such a good record this season. You're right about the bright future as well, and by association, a bright future for the franchise too.
Extra point by Sly is up and good.
And that makes the score 7-0. So they only needed 3 plays on that drive.
And it's finished off by a Terry McLaurin touchdown.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. Dak Prescott and Dallas taking the field for their first possession. Dak now in his 7th season in charge of the Cowboys. 2-time Pro Bowler.
Prescott looks to throw on first.
And I'll bet he's talking to his guys about resisting the temptation and try and turn this into an up-and-down game. Almost like basketball, where both teams press, and one team gets an advantage, our team's trying to run with them, and they're just not equipped for it. Doesn't matter whether you're equipped or not. Just settle in, get calm before you go for the big strikes.
And he'll be taken down at the 20 after a gain of just 1.
An extra man here in the secondary for Washington on 3rd down.
Now Prescott.
He rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted.
Picked up by Bobby McCain.
And the Commanders are going to take possession of the football.
And that's a great example of ball skills right there, partner. You and I do a lot of games, and I can't tell you how many guys look to run with the football before they've intercepted it. So that's a nice job of focusing on the task at hand and coming away with the interception.
Come on, come on. Hey.
They'll try and start this drive in the air.
The quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
I think we can all understand what they're thinking right now. They take over the ball in field goal range after the turnover, so they've got that in their hip pocket. But they've got to go for the end zone and turn this into a bigger points. They're thinking...
And it'll be intercepted.
Picked up by Trayvon Diggs. And the Cowboys are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20.
The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive.
Early on, you know, Charles, every game could be called a measuring stick game. But I think when it comes within your division like this, it's a measuring stick game with a little extra intrigue.
I would agree with that totally because all division games have a little extra to them. But I like where this game is situated because at this stage of the season, it has that little extra juice. But at the same time, it's not a make or break if this were, let's say, week 15, 16, somewhere in that neighborhood.
On 2nd down, Elliott. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first. On 3rd down, it's Prescott being chased out left. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Montez Sweat make that now 8 sacks for him on the season.
Well, last game he had 2 sacks. Got another one here picked up right where he left off.
Brandon, he spent the entire offseason working on new moves, new techniques, trying to add to his arsenal of pass rush moves. Certainly paying dividends in what we've seen so far.
8 yards on the return following a punt of 41.
And Washington will have a short field here as they take over 1st and 10. So here's Washington now to take over.
They're on a 3-game winning streak, and right now looking good in this one as well. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Now he's going to throw it back deep over the middle. And now this is intercepted. My goodness.
Picked up by Trayvon Diggs.
Entering settings screen, you have 20 options. Menu narration option is set to off.
Take possession here at their own 16-yard line.
A young quarterback, Charles, rolling to his right. I know he's right-handed, but is that one that maybe a veteran sticks in his pocket?
I think so, but you have to remember with young quarterbacks, it may take a few years before they get all the stuff out of them that they did earlier in their career or even in their college days when they were used to being dominant. In this case, the NFL veteran defense ended up winning the battle.
To throw again on 2nd down. Prescott out route, and it's complete to Brown. And he'll be out of bounds right around the 20.
An extra man in the secondary for Washington on 3rd down.
Prescott now.
And this pass broken up. And the contact well timed there, and now 4th down.
On 4th down, here's Brian Anger now to kick this one away. His first punt, 45 yards. This looks good as well. That's pulled in at the 32.
A nice return that time of about 14 yards. And the Commanders will take over with a first.
So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 46. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive.
Got this complete to Jahan Dotson.
And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. 25 yards there on the catch and run.
So many times in my career, I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. But as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of...
And here's another interception, the 3rd of this first quarter.
Picked off by Trayvon Diggs. And the Cowboys are going to take over at their own 2-yard line.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. They'll start the drive with Elliott.
They take over here following the interception. That's the good news. The tough spot is the spot that they're in. That's inside the 5 in the shadow of their own goalpost here. 1st and 10.
Out of his end zone, Prescott. Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes inbounds. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains.
Now Prescott. And now Prescott is going to be taken down. He couldn't get away, and that's a safety.
Every team has plays in their book to try and buy some room when a safety's on the table. But a big variable is how does each team deal with the pressure of executing in those situations. In this case, they didn't, and they gave up 2 points.
So after that safety, now a free kick situation forthcoming as they punt it away from the 20. This is brought in at the 21. After one, it's 9-0.
Washington with the football here to begin quarter number 2. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. Slings this deep from McLaurin. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
One thing that offensive guys stress when they throw the deep ball, you're just counting on your receiver to find it, adjust before the defensive back can get his head around. In this case, though, the DB matched it move for move and knocked it away.
And he's got some space here. And now the rookie's free. Touchdown, Washington.
Brian Robinson Jr., his first rushing touchdown of the year. And the Commanders are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Boy, Charles, this offense is just so explosive. They lead the league in scoring, and another example of just how good they are right there on that play.
Yeah, we often overstate about how explosive teams are, but this team is truly a threat to score on every snap, especially on the first few plays of any series. And a big strike like that only adds to their reputation as the league's best offense.
Kick team out there for the Commanders as they send this one away.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback.
2 fantastic games coming up to wrap up Week 4, the first weekend in October. Tonight, the Chiefs and Buccaneers from Tampa. That's a rematch of Super Bowl 55, of course. And then Monday night, rematch of last year's NFC Championship game, the Rams and Niners from Santa Clara. Coverage on that one, 8:15 Eastern.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Throwing, Prescott.
He'll get this out wide here to Elliott.
It'll go as a gain of 4. 3rd and 7 now.
Well, offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out in some open space. The linebackers nowadays, they run like backs, and they take a lot of pride in covering. What a nice play he made there in the open field.
Give him a gain of 5 on the completion, and that's going to make it 4th down.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job there of limiting that and keeping him from a first down.
Now stopped him in his tracks. We'll call it a 42-yard punt, 3 on the return.
And it will be Washington football now with a 1st and 10.
Ready? On the go, on the go. Ready?
They'll set up a throw. He's going to air one out. It's caught inside the 25.
Touchdown, Washington.
J.D. McKissick, 74 yards.
And the Commanders are able to add on to their first half lead. Extra point by Sly is up and good.
And that pushes the lead up to 23. Those are the kind of drives they like on offense, from the coordinator to the quarterback, the line, everybody. 1 play drive and into the end zone for 6. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
This fielded right at the goal line. And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19.
And now here come the Cowboys.
Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here, because now you're down 3 scores. And I know we're in the first half, but the way this offense hasn't been able to generate anything, you feel like they probably need to get something going on this drive, right?
Yeah, and sometimes I overuse that this is an important possession. but I think this has to be the possession where they come up with an answer, because only a few teams in league history have ever come back from a 4-score deficit. And if they don't score here, that's what they could be facing the next time they get the ball.
Meanwhile, Dak's throw there caught by Gallup.
So the completion results there in 9 yards. And 3rd and 8 now. Out of the gun. Here's Prescott.
And that ball incomplete, nearly intercepted. Took a chance with that one. It'll lead to a 4th down. On to punt now, Anger, as he boots this one away.
And taken right at the 35.
A nice return there of 11 to help mitigate a good punt. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. A good starting spot for Washington as they come up 1st and 10.
At their own 46. They throw right away, and that's complete out on the right side. And they'll get this just to the 47, 1-yard gain. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. 2nd and 9 now. He's got a man, complete. Touchdown, Washington. J.D. McKissick. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far.
And the Commanders are an extra point away from going up by 30. Extra point by Sly is up and good.
And the route is on here in this first half. The long touchdown pass gets them 6 on a very, very tidy 2-play drive that time.
Washington kick team back out there now as they will send this one away.
And he'll very wisely take a knee here as they'll bring this one out to the 25 on the touchback.
Dallas offense set for this next drive. Still in the first half, but this offense has struggled. Haven't really been able to get anything going, not only in the points category, but in the yards category. Let's see if they can do better here on this drive. And this is dropped. Oh, it's incomplete. He had a big gainer in his sights, but he could not reel it in.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Here's Prescott. This will be caught by Brown. And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8. Prescott from the gun on 3rd.
Open man Lamb. It's complete.
And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Now they got to get to the line quickly. Prescott yet again. Eluding the pressure right.
He'll fire this deep for Gallup.
Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. A big play here for Dallas. 49 yards. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. Prescott. And an incomplete pass. That'll stop the clock here with just under a minute to play in half number 1. On 2nd and goal, Prescott. Under pressure now, and he's going to go down. Sacked back around the 8. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. Buying time to his left. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. Only able to get back a yard for his efforts, and that leads us to 4th down.
They made a nice effort to stick him with a loss for that play, but it's going to take more than that to keep him from advancing the ball. Should be an entertaining battle anytime he tucks and runs over the second half of this contest.
So now on 4th down, Mike McCarthy will turn to his field goal unit. From the left hash, a chip shot here. And his kick is good. And they'll make a small dent in that big deficit as it's down to 27.
Well, still trailing here, but they do get the late field goal. Now their defense will try to keep this score right where it is heading into the locker room.
Yeah, and trailing it to break, you obviously don't want to go in off of a negative play. Give them credit for that one. Finding a way to put points on the board, give them any type of a spark, anything to build off of as they try and plan a comeback.
Out there set ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And with only 9 seconds remaining, and not much time, we'll see how they play this.
Now here's a pass on first down that's knocked away and incomplete. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call.
That could have been a huge play, but give the defender credit. Stayed calm, stayed collected, and kept himself in a position to make a play on the ball without a penalty.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. They'll throw now on the final play.
This pass hauled in by Dotson. So we have come upon halftime. A look around the NFL. We'll have to wait for postgame because we are moving right through halftime and on to the third quarter.
Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. It's the Cowboys who get the football first, and they trail here as well as we resume action in the third quarter. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. The Cowboy offense set to go to begin this third quarter. CD, they certainly know the hole that they face as they begin the second half. They have to do what precious few teams have done in NFL history. That's try to come back from a 4-possession deficit.
And partner, you know, as that team gathers, they're saying to each other, you never say never, right? Because if you're on an NFL roster, that's how you have to think. You can always come back and win a ball game. And let's face it, we saw a certain Super Bowl, a 25-point lead late, that wasn't enough to put someone away. But that being said, this task is near impossible. Let's face it. And bottom line is, it officially becomes impossible if this possession is an empty one.
There's Jamin Davis, the former Kentucky Wildcat, bringing the pressure that time.
It's been a tough one all game long for this offensive line. They're already down big, and now you know they're just going to come after the quarterback in a big way, don't you?
They just can't get out of their own way right now. It's created an avalanche, and an avalanche is coming right on top of them. 44.
Rivera scowling down on the sideline, and he's thrown out the red challenge flag. So that challenge not successful there, and that's going to cost him the first of his timeouts. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense.
And off his back foot, he'll heave this one deep.
When you look at the scoreboard, you'd think they'd be pretty comfortable right now with this lead, but these guys are absolutely not going to let up. They want to increase their lead, and they want to do it with a big play. Unable to connect in that attempt.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
Tough series for the passing game. Things just aren't clicking. Hopefully they can come through on this play and get this series back on track with a completion for enough yardage for a first down.
Winds up and lets it go for Samuel.
And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
I like what they did there because many of the deep throws we see in the course of a game come to the outside, the perimeter of the field. In this case, they used the slot receiver to run deep downfield and tried to connect that way. Unsuccessful in that attempt, but I like what they were doing.
Now, meanwhile, they go for it on 4th down, and my goodness, incomplete. Prescott on first down. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Schultz.
And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line.
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4 at the 42-yard line.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Prescott, and he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here.
Well, partner, they've certainly played up to their top 10 defensive ranking this week. They've stifled this opposing offense throughout this game. This contest is now lopsided because of their efforts, and there's still a quarter to go.
And the Washington pressure gets to him. He will go down. Jonathan Allen, the former first-round pick, getting in there to bring him down. I don't know what else can be said about this pass rush. They have been sensational, CD. That is now 6 sacks for them.
And how many times do we talk to offensive coordinators and they say a sack as a result of everyone on offense not doing their job? But let's be honest about this one. This is the offensive line unable to counter the pass rush. They've been teeing off all game long.
A good starting spot for Washington as they come up 1st and 10
at their own 37. Now a throw here to his running back.
And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield.
This offensive game plan has just been sensational. I mean, when you think about all the different ways they've gotten their receivers open so far, it's really been impressive. Scheme, design, execution.
So an unlucky number here, a loss of 13 on the play, and it's 2nd down.
A big loss on the play brings up 2nd down.
They'll set up to throw. Forced out to his left. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down.
Osa Odighizuwa with the effort there to earn the sack.
Needs something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down. Went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. Looking long for Thomas. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
Two things you can do in that situation: run and punt the football, or try and take your shot at getting the 1st down. They chose the latter, but they'll have to punt all the same.
And now the punter Tress Way as he sends this one away. And a fair catch called for and made just inside the 35-yard line. Officially just 27 yards there on the punt. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. Prescott looks to throw on 1st. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked by Kendall Fuller.
And the Commanders will... possession here up at the 44. But to be blunt, not a whole lot has gone right for this defense in this ball game. But that's something right there. Still in the 3rd quarter. It would take something around miracle territory for a comeback, but maybe that's a start, Charles.
It certainly is, and they're definitely showing that there's some fight still left in them. Hasn't been a banner day, but they're trying their best to put that disappointment behind them and find ways to make plays.
And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. It'll be a loss of 6 yards on the play. And they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here.
Here's Heineke.
Flushed out right. And that is incomplete.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a 4th down. Well done.
Now Heineke on 4th down.
He's going to float this one deep right side.
And Prescott, his 3rd interception. Picked off by Trayvon Diggs. And the Commanders are going to get this back to their own 34-yard line.
Thought he had the pick. Flag comes in for PI, so cancel it out.
Interference. Oh, a killer for them. Thought they had a nice play. Instead, they'll be marching off yardage against them.
Heineke on 1st down.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Washington. Curtis Samuel, a 15-yard touchdown grab.
And the Commanders are able to extend their lead. Seconds of this 3rd quarter. Now Joey Sly for the point after.
And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. A nice tidy little drive there, getting the ball in excellent field position, and only one play to score it. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
This taken in at the goal line. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one.
The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive.
Well, we're still in the third quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable. Now, a win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles, but I don't know. Do you look at this as a time to just improve and maybe start to look towards the future?
I think you have to find something to play for, something to grasp onto until the clock runs out. But, Brandon, we've been around this game a long time. This is an outlier. You don't get many blowouts like this no matter how the game looks on paper going in. This one has turned out to be everyone's worst nightmare.
Back now in Arlington. The Cowboys on third down. Not getting the job done at all. A very poor 1 for 10. This is 3rd and 10. Now Prescott. And that is incomplete. But the pressure there on third down, forcing the errant pass. 4th down coming up.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
It'll be a 39-yard punt. Give him a good 10 yards on the return. And this offense takes over in great shape right at the 50. 1st and 10. They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. And here comes throw number 1 for the backup QB. Looking left side, and it's complete. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. A really nice gain of 25 yards. Still throwing the football here, even with the big lead.
Yeah, I know you and I came up in a different era, and we think about sportsmanship and all that. Other people think about fantasy points and getting their numbers. That's all they care about right now.
And down inside the 15.
55 rushing yards rushing for him now, and he's only carried the ball 4 times.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down.
Back to Robinson now on 1st down.
And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
2nd down and a run by Robinson.
And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6.
Some good strong running right there. Some power and some explosiveness just about got him into the end zone.
Robinson will try to pick it up.
And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage.
Well, sometimes, Brandon, there's just not a secret to how things get done. He's been running well all game long, and they continue to rely on him in this key situation.
They told us they were going to rely on it. And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Washington.
Brian Robinson Jr.
His 2nd touchdown of the game, his 3rd on the year.
And the Commanders are going to be moving to 4-0 as they extend their lead. Extra point by Sly is up and good.
And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead.
The Commanders going to use the 2nd of their timeouts.
That's going to leave them with just 1 remaining here in this 4th quarter. Ooh, a little cruel here. They're going to go for the onside kick up big. And the Cowboys are able to recover. The 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
Throwing again on second down. Prescott. And he cannot avoid the pressure as the Washington pass rush gets home. Multiple rushers break through to drop him for the 7th time this game.
Guys with his talent in the pocket aren't supposed to be getting hit like this, and you know an intense conversation with the offensive line is going to occur after this one. Might not be from him, but the offensive line coach will have plenty to say about this game.
They'll need a big play here, will Dak and the Cowboys after the sack. It's 3rd and long. They'll set up the screen to Elliott. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 47. It'll be a loss of 2 on the play. And that'll bring up 4th down. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Cowboys in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They come up on a 4th down situation with things not looking particularly rosy. Anger is on to punt, and he gets this one away. And this will be out of bounds at the what here? The 12-yard line. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. They've got to be feeling very comfortable and confident here with this lead in the football here in the 4th quarter, Charles. And I don't think that they need to score again, but it seems like this offense is just... The game goes on. They've scored on their last 2 drives.
It certainly feels like a chance for them to continue to have some fun out there, doesn't it? Game's already decided, as you noted, so they can continue to play loose, break out some other concepts, maybe run a few trick plays, get other people involved. Heck, even go deep on one of these first snaps just because they can.
83 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. On 1st and 10, it's Robinson. They find some open field here. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling. Again, it's Robinson. Trayvon Diggs getting the tackle.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning it in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. It's a 5-yard gain, but they'll still be a yard short here with 3rd down now looming. Well, fans usually love to see scoring, and there was no shortage of it today. What a dominant showing from an offense that was truly playing at an elite level.